Good afternoon, everybody. It's Wednesday. How are we on this Wednesday morning? I am still numb. It's just the word I'm using at the moment. It's just a point of like frustration and stress. Has just gotten to a point where I just don't feel anything anymore. I'm sure I'm fine. Surely this isn't taking a toll on my mental health in any way, shape or form. The education system wouldn't do that to us. So today is my first deadline for my other module this semester. 2 assignments, 50% each, and I've basically spent all morning getting them ready to submit and then submitting them. I've done it. They're submitted. They're gone. Vamoosh. It took a long while for me to do it and pluck up the courage to press the button. Because like I was saying yesterday, they're not ready. This is the first time I've ever submitted an assignment without having them checked over once. And that to me can only mean bad things. It's not that they're necessarily bad assignments, I just, you know, I don't know if they're what's needed to get grades, you know? I've submitted assignments before and not been confident, but it's really different this time because my entire degree classification pretty much relies on this one module. Obviously it relies more heavily on my dissertation, which is going significantly better, but it's literally a case of like I'm teetering between graduating with a first overall or a 2-1, and it's one of these teeny tiny little modules that are worth a teeny tiny amount that's going to be the difference between me getting a first and an upper second overall. And I've submitted an assignment that I don't think has been done to the best of my ability because I've not received any feedback, and any time I've tried to chase it, my messages haven't been received, and when they have been received I've been met with passive aggression. And yeah, it's just a really horrible situation to be in because I'm basically having to submit an assignment knowing that I'm kissing my first class classification goodbye. It's very frustrating. I know that I'm capable of graduating with a first, and I just don't think that's gonna happen. It would be a miracle, really, if it happened at this point. Honestly, I don't think it will. I think I'm gonna graduate with a 2-1 after this assignment. I think that really is it now. Not that a 2-1 is bad, it's just that I was so close to a first, and it will really be by a couple of marks that I don't graduate with a first. And considering I didn't want to go to university in the first place, graduating with a first was like something I was telling myself, well if I get a first then at least it will have been worth it. So now that I'm looking at the reality of graduating with a 2-1, it very much feels like this entire 3 years has been a complete waste of my life. Really? Very frustrating and very damning, and yeah, it's just all been flushed down the drain. And I'm having to come to peace with that, and that's very depressing. Oh, woe is me, am I right? Anyway, it's submitted now, it's done, they're off, it's out of my hands, fate is now in control. I really hope they take the pandemic into consideration, but I don't think they'll take it into consideration as much as they should, really. I just don't think they're that sympathetic. I don't think they care enough. Based off of this interaction with this one tutor, I don't think she cares enough. I don't think she cares at all. Anyways, yeah. I've been trying to distract myself for the rest of the afternoon by focusing on my dissertation, because my dissertation comparison is going very well. I've been submitting my assignments to Studiosity or whatever it's called and getting feedback, and a lot of the feedback starts with the comment being like, you're really strong at writing, this is a really strong piece, and that's like the nicest thing to hear right now when my mental health is the way it is. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot more confident with my dissertation now. It's just a case of I need to go over my conclusion a few more times with a fine-tooth comb and submit it to Studiosity. That's the only chapter I've not submitted yet. And then I just need to format the document properly, because I was told to do it at the beginning, but I started working on it before we were told to, because I wanted to get ahead, And so I was like, oh, I'll just do it at the end, I'm sure it's fine. And now I have to figure out how to format the entire document. I've kind of done it, really. It's just a case of I don't know how to make a contents page work, basically. I don't know how to do that. And that's where I'm gonna struggle. And so I'm planning on doing that later this week. I have a meeting with my supervisor tomorrow. It's my last ever meeting with her because she's super busy at the moment, so that's kind of stressful. I was hoping to talk to her before my deadline next week. But yeah, I've not picked up the camera yet today because the mood just isn't, it's not been high at all recently, but in the past few days in particular it's been like insanely low mood, so not exactly been in the mood to chat. Although to be fair, vlogging does help relieve a lot of stress in the sense that it's an outlet for me to vent, although sometimes publishing your venting on the internet isn't a good thing, as I've learned as an editor, having to cut out a lot of insults recently. But yeah, I haven't eaten yet and it's past lunchtime, so I'm gonna go eat. And I'm going to not do anything for the rest of this afternoon because of my situation. Hey Chris.
Hello.
We made it out of the house. I got dressed and everything, lads, we're on a walk. It was really hot and yeah, I just decided I needed to go for a stroll. I feel like it's easier to go for a stroll with stuff ticked off my checklist, you know? It makes the walk so much more relaxing and enjoyable knowing that I've submitted my assignments and I don't have to think about them anymore. It's nice. We're looking around because I'm walking around with the big camera instead of the GoPro, which is a lot less subtle. And we don't want people to judge us for vlogging, now do we? What the hell was that? Oh, it's a woodpecker. I thought it was like a skunk. I was like, the frick? We don't have those in our country. It was like walking along the ground. I just wanted to prove that we actually do leave the house on occasion. And this is us leaving the house today for a walk. To be fair, we haven't been on a walk in a really long time because we've been spending our weekends visiting people. I mean, just the two of us. We went on a walk with my cousins over Easter, but it's not the same. Good evening, everyone. It's just coming up to 7, just covered down for dinner. Been a pretty chill afternoon. We're just halfway through the last episode of Volume 3 of Ruby. Very intense and dramatic. Kind of sad we need to go down for dinner before we can finish it. But hey ho. I mean, honestly, it's been a relatively relaxed afternoon. I think having the assignment submitted has definitely kind of released the remaining stress that I was feeling off my shoulders, because there's literally nothing I can do now. Now that it's submitted, there's nothing I can do. So I'm just gonna have to sit and wait, and yeah, and as much as that feeling sucks, it does mean that I'm not stressed anymore. So that's one positive I can take away from this whole fiasco. Just going to go down for dinner, have a chill evening, and yeah, then I'm gonna come upstairs and I want to finish the episode of Ruby because it's a good episode and I don't want to forget what happens tomorrow. Good evening, everyone. Why am I down here? I don't know. It's because I used to have to get down there to get good lighting, but now I have a better camera. I don't have to do that. Good evening, everybody. It is not bedtime, but we are in bed. We are ready for ending the day, aren't we? We need to get you some more water, don't we? Yeah, I'm gonna change your glass later, so I'll get you some more in a second. End of the day. It's been a weird day, you know? It's been, I don't know. I do feel like a lot of stress has gone. It's weird. I feel numb. Like I've been saying, I've been feeling just numb. This point of like this intense emotion of frustration and anger and being upset has all kind of reached like a maximum capacity in my brain, and now I just feel nothing. And despite that, there was still like a tiny voice in my head making me feel guilty that I wasn't searching for, a way to fix this problem, because I knew deep down that there was no way to fix this problem now. But there was still like a voice in me telling me to keep trying, and it was just making me feel worse about the situation. Now that it's been submitted, it's like all of that has washed away and I'm kind of at peace almost with the entire situation. But not really, because it's like, it's peaceful in the sense that I'm not feeling any negative emotion intensely, but beneath that is just like a heavy melancholy, just like I've just kissed my first class classification degree goodbye and basically wasted the last 3 years of hard work. Obviously I can't know that for sure, but it's very unlikely that I'll graduate with a first now with those assignments, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm gonna be pissed about it forever, but it is what it is. I just have to keep trudging along with my dissertation, which is causing me basically no stress because I know what I've got to do, how much work I've got left, how much time I've got left, and I'm just generally feeling much better about it. My final dissertation is a much more accurate reflection of my abilities in comparison to this module. Anyways, I was really expecting Chris to be faster at brushing his teeth so that he could come into the vlog and say goodbye, but he's taking his sweet time. Why is there so much noise? I've got a very creaky house and there are lots of people walking around right now for some reason. But yeah, Chris isn't here because he's being slow. So I'm gonna end the vlog here and go to bed. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow, won't we, Bubba? Yeah.